going out in a big way to gain market share. It aims to go from 0.5% today to 3 to 5% in 2015. So while PUB has been championing R&D in water technology, the Economic Development Board has been busy attracting the players.
In the last 3 or 4 years, I think we've put in a lot of effort into what we term creating the innovation growth cycle to kickstart this sector. We wanted to create an innovation growth cycle so that companies, to take root in Singapore, so that companies, large ones, small ones, local ones, foreign ones, could use Singapore as a base to actually provide their services into the region. Today we've got something like 10 companies from Singapore in the region listed in the stock market in Singapore, pure water play companies who are now using Singapore as a base to go into the region. We are seeing a lot of foreign companies coming in from France, from Germany, from the US, from Europe, from Australia as well. A big one of that be Siemens Water, for instance.
Singapore is also making its presence felt, sharing its water story with international audiences at events like the Aichi World Expo in Japan, and hosting international water meetings like the International Water Association's Asia Pacific Group Conference. After the break, Singapore's water story becomes its people's story. When the tsunami hit Asia on 26 December 2004, entire townships were wiped out. Survivors were in urgent need of drinking water. Understanding the need, Singapore was one of the first to send water to the Maldives. And it followed up on this by shipping portable water treatment plants to help the 15,000 islanders. Among them was a $360,000 desalination plant built by Keppel Integrated Engineering. These humanitarian efforts demonstrated not only the hardware of the Singapore water industry, but also the reliability of the systems. It was also a reminder of the need to take good care of water resources that can be lost in one fell swoop.
The challenge for us really is to let the 3P, meaning the people, public and private sector, the public at large and all that, understand that they too have a role to play to sustain this water resource. It's not just an engineer supplying the water and PUB supplying the water, but really a call on every one of us to be mindful that they too play a part.
In August 2005, PUB introduced Water Wally to Singapore. The playful mascot has an important role in that to spread the water conservation message and also show the public how they can enjoy their water resources even as they learn to value them. PUB's Our Waters program takes this one step further. Individuals, corporations and groups can now adopt a waterway or a reservoir and make it their own. These were the latest in a series of initiatives which help Singaporeans know more about their water resources, like the New Water Visitor Centre. International water experts have called this a world-class model for public education.
Many of the projects that have been done in the United States have focused on perfecting technology and making sure the water reclamation practice works well, but public education and outreach is a key component to acceptance in the long term. Some facilities are recognizing the need for more outreach and information sharing to the public and are building facilities, but in fact in my area in Virginia, which is near Washington DC, there's a new water reclamation plant under construction that will use many of the same kinds of concepts that have been applied so successfully here at the dock.
Even the Orange County Water District in California feels there are lessons to be learned. And they are an agency which had led the world in the use of membrane technology for water treatment.
We've had indirect potable reuse through injection into our seawater intrusion barrier for almost 30 years now. And I think people become complacent. They sort of take for granted that they have the public support. Right now, as the project, our new expanded project, the Groundwater Replenishment System project, is being constructed, we've got a fairly intensive outreach effort, but we really don't have a focal point for it. We don't have a place for people to gather and see the information about the technologies that are being applied. And that's one of the things where we're now learning from Singapore about how to do it better.
But PUB will say it's not just about the agency doing it better. The game plan is for all in Singapore to be involved in the same effort.
Let's look at this water, for example. Not too far away, just before Mountbatten Road, there's in fact a float boom. A float boom is actually a floating device that we place across a river to trap the rubbish. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you see a very clean river here and a very clean basin here, and that's because of that float boom. But really, I hope to see the day when we don't really need float booms. We don't need contractors or army of people to go out there and clear the rubbish. Hopefully the day will come that every one of us will say, look, let's not litter because it's going to find its way into the river.
When the Marina Barrage and other smaller water bodies are ready, 2/3 of Singapore will be catchment areas. Just as water knows no boundaries, many are going to find their homes are really part of the catchment areas. And the real splash will be when everyone takes responsibility for every drop, even as Singapore makes its mark on the global hydro scene.
Water gives life and joy to living. So use water wisely. Keep our waters clean and have fun in it. Each one of us has a part to play to ensure that there is always water for generations to come.